Space was quiet, not peaceful, just waiting. Far from stars, far from planets, a war zone existed where many races fought for power, for control. Humans were not invited. They were never invited. In the Great Council records, humans were listed at the bottom. Weak, soft, slow. Aliens believed humans survived only because stronger races allowed it. This belief stayed for centuries, until this moment. Inside the Central Command Station, multiple alien officers watched the void. Screens showed chaos, broken ships, burning fleets, emergency signals. Suddenly, one signal appeared. Different, clean, stable, calm. An officer leaned forward. This signal, it does not match any known fleet. Another officer checked the data. Origin, human space. The room filled with quiet laughter. Humans, here, in a war zone, impossible. Humans avoided large wars. They avoided front lines. They avoided danger. That was what everyone believed. The signal grew stronger. Then a shape appeared. At first, it looked small, just one ship. No escort, no fleet, no defense screen. Only one human warship. Mocking sounds echoed in the room. A lone human ship, lost and confused, someone said. They will turn back. They always do. But the ship did not turn back. It moved forward, slow, controlled, purposeful. Sensors scanned the vessel. Hull material unknown, energy output rising. Another officer frowned. Energy level does not match size. This should not be possible. Space was quiet, not peaceful, just waiting. Far from stars, far from planets, a war zone existed where many races fought for power, for control. Humans were not invited. They were never invited. In the Great Council records, humans were listed at the bottom. Weak, soft, slow. Aliens believed humans survived only because stronger races allowed it. This belief stayed for centuries, until this moment. Inside the Central Command Station, multiple alien officers watched the void. Screens showed chaos, broken ships, burning fleets, emergency signals. Suddenly, one signal appeared. Different, clean, stable, calm. An officer leaned forward. This signal, it does not match any known fleet. Another officer checked the data. Origin, human space. The room filled with quiet laughter. Humans, here, in a war zone, impossible. Humans avoided large wars. They avoided front lines. They avoided danger. That was what everyone believed. The signal grew stronger. Then a shape appeared. At first, it looked small, just one ship. No escort, no fleet, no defense screen. Only one human warship. Mocking sounds echoed in the room. A lone human ship, lost and confused, someone said. They will turn back. They always do. But the ship did not turn back. It moved forward, slow, controlled, purposeful. Sensors scanned the vessel. Hull material unknown, energy output rising. Another officer frowned. Energy level does not match size. This should not be possible. The ship crossed into the war zone, right between two massive fleets. Explosions froze mid-battle. Weapons paused. Every race noticed the human ship. floating, calm, untouched. The ship had no bright colors, no sharp weapons visible. It looked simple, almost peaceful. That made it more disturbing. Inside the human ship, the bridge was quiet. No shouting, no panic. Crew members stood at their stations, faces calm, eyes focused. A human captain watched the main screen, third-person view. He did not smile, he did not frown, he simply observed. The ship responded to his presence like it understood him. Outside, alien commanders tried to lock weapons. Target lock failed, again and again. Systems returned errors, unknown interference, unknown gravity shift. The human ship had not fired, had not threatened, yet nothing Normit worked. An alien general whispered, "What is that thing?" Sensors updated again. Ship name detected, displayed clearly, Last Hope. The name spread across command rooms, across fleets, across species. Last Hope. Some laughed nervously, others felt something colder. Hope meant survival. Hope meant desperation. Why would humans name a warship this? Energy levels spiked. Not explosive, not aggressive, controlled, deep, heavy. Space around the ship bent, light distorted, nearby debris drifted away, as if pushed by an invisible tide. The human ship spoke, not with weapons, but with presence. A signal broadcast activated, open channel. No static, no noise, just a calm human voice. This is a human vessel. We are not here to join your war. We are here because your war reached us. The message paused, letting the silence grow. Every race listened. We ask for no surrender. We demand no tribute. We only ask you to stop. Laughter did not return, because nothing in the voice sounded weak. The alien council responded, "You are out of your place, human. This battle does not concern you." The human ship moved, just a little, but gravity shifted again. One alien cruiser lost control. Engines failed, weapons powered down. No explosion, no damage, just silence. Crew inside the cruiser lived, but they could do nothing. Fear spread, real fear, the kind not born from destruction, but from restraint. The human captain spoke again. "We warned you. We do not want to destroy. We want to end this." The alien fleets hesitated. No race had seen power like this. Not loud, not violent, controlled, measured. The human ship stayed between them, a wall without weapons, a threat without anger. Somewhere in the galaxy, history changed direction, not with fire, but with a single ship that everyone underestimated. And that was only the beginning. Galaxy had rules. Every species had rank, power, skill, history. At the top, Dracon, fire breath, iron skin. Next, Xerax, mind control, telepathy. In the middle, many other strong races. At the bottom, humans. Weak, slow, soft. No claws, no armor, no sharp teeth. Only soft skin, only fragile bones. Aliens laughed. Even at the mention of humans, old generals smiled. They remembered the first human wars. Few planets, few battles, always lost. Humans survived only because others allowed. No one feared humans. Until now. The alien council watched the human warship, Last Hope. The room was silent. Data flashed across screens. weapons ready, engines online, defense systems armed, everything prepared to strike. But the human ship did not fire. No weapon systems activated. Nothing. Still, energy readings rose, beyond normal. Impossible. An alien captain shouted, "It cannot be. Systems cannot match its size." Sensors recalibrated. Still the readings rose. The humans were listed last for a reason. Weak. But now, this weak species was standing between the strongest fleets. The alien council did not understand. How? How could humans create such a ship? No missile, no cannon, no laser, and yet energy spread like a wave. Gravity shifted, light bent, time felt strange. Alien commanders tried to attack. Target lock failed. Again, failed. Again, failed. Every system refused. Even the fastest ships slowed. Engines stalled. Weapons cooled. Aliens stared at each other. Confusion turned to fear. They whispered, "Could humans be stronger than we thought?" Impossible. Humans weak. Humans soft. Humans last. But here, one ship, alone, stopped hundreds, and the humans inside, calm, watching. The captain of Last Hope pressed a small button. Nothing happened, at least outwardly, but ships around them began to drift, not blown up, not destroyed, just frozen. Alien soldiers felt panic for the first time. Weakness is dangerous, they realized, not when it is physical, but when it is hidden. The human ship moved slowly, careful, precise, each step calculated. Not a weapon, not a threat, yet the effect was greater than any bomb. The council tried to communicate. "Identify yourselves. Stop. Move aside." The human captain responded, "We do not wish to fight. We do not wish to conquer. We only ask, stop this war." Silence followed. Some laughed nervously, others stared. The humans were not bluffing. The power was real. The bottom-ranked species had changed the rules. For centuries, humans had hidden. Weakness was their mask, adaptation their secret. And now, for the first time, the galaxy saw the truth. Humans were not weak. Humans were last only in rank, not in ability. The alien fleets moved carefully. Fear replaced confidence. They could not attack. They could not predict. Even the council leaders were unsure. The humans moved between fleets, positioned perfectly, not threatening, not attacking, just present. Every ship that aimed, every weapon that fired, malfunctioned. Some engines stopped, some shields failed. No explosions, no chaos, just control. Alien soldiers felt small, insignificant, helpless. The human captain finally spoke. "We ask only for peace, not surrender, not death. Do not test us. We do not wish to kill, but we will if necessary." Another pause. Alien generals whispered among themselves. "The humans have power, unknown, strange, controlled. We underestimated them." History may remember this moment not as humans rising, but as humans awakening. The weak, the last, the forgotten. No one moved, no one acted, because every move could trigger disaster. For the first time, the galaxy feared humans, not for their weapons, not for their fleet, for their choice. Humans had power. They did not need to prove it. They did not need to attack. Just by existing, just by standing, they forced the galaxy to reconsider. The bottom-ranked species, the weakest in record, was no longer last, and the galaxy knew. The human warship Last Hope had changed everything. Silence ruled the council room. No one laughed. No one doubted. The humans were dangerous, not because they destroyed, but because they could. The human ship moved slowly, silent, calm, controlled. Alien fleets watched, weapons ready, engines powered, shields up. Everyone expected fire, explosions, chaos, but the human ship did nothing. No lasers, no missiles, no energy blasts. Just movement, just presence. The fleets aimed, target locked, weapons charged. Then failure. Lock failed. Again and again. Systems malfunctioned. Shields flickered, engines stalled, cannons refused to fire. Alien commanders screamed, "Impossible! How can this be?" The human captain watched quietly. No fear, no anger, only focus. Then the ship shifted, just a little, but space around it bent. Gravity lines changed, debris drifted slowly, ships swayed, engines hummed in confusion. Crew inside the alien fleets panicked. Some tried to restart engines, some tried to fire weapons, some prayed. Nothing worked. The human ship did not strike, not yet. Instead, it emitted a low vibration, slow, deep, silent. The vibration spread, through space, through metal, through shields. Alien ships shuddered. Some engines died, some weapons cooled permanently. 3 ships in the front line stopped completely. Crew alive, but trapped. No movement, no escape. Alien admirals could not understand. The weakest species, the humans, were controlling their strongest fleets, all without fighting. The human captain activated the ship's broadcast. Channel open. A calm voice spoke. "We do not wish to kill. We do not wish to destroy. We wish only to end." Every word felt heavy, slow, impossible to ignore. The alien fleets paused. Some lowered weapons, some kept aiming, but no one fired. The human ship moved again, slower this time, directly toward the enemy flagship. No attack, no threat, just approach. The flagship's captain panicked, shields up, weapons ready. Nothing happened. The human ship stopped just outside weapon range. The flagship trembled. Sensors confused, systems failed, power drained. The human captain spoke again. "We do not seek war, but we will act if forced." Pause, then silence. The galaxy held its breath. The weakest species had changed the rules. No explosions, no casualties, no fire. Just control, just presence, just choice. The alien fleets looked at each other. For the first time, they felt fear. Fear not of death, not of pain, but of humans. The species they had ignored, the species they had laughed at. The human warship was not weak. It was something else, something dangerous. The council whispered, "We underestimated them." The bottom-ranked species, the humans, were no longer last. The human captain moved the ship slightly, and more ships in the enemy line stopped. Engines dead, weapons offline, shields failing. Still alive, still whole, but useless. Alien soldiers stared at each other. Some dropped weapons, some froze. This was not a battle. This was a lesson. The human captain spoke again. "We warned you. We do not wish to kill. We do not wish to destroy. We wish only to end." Another pause. The fleets hesitated. No one knew what to do. Every calculation failed, every strategy broken. Humans ranked last, but stronger than all. All eyes turned to the human ship. The calm voice repeated, "We do not wish war. We only wish peace." The galaxy listened. For the first time, the humans were respected, feared, and admired, not for their weapons, not for their fleet, but for restraint. The weakest species, the last ranked humans, had just stopped a war, without a strike, without destruction, without death, and the galaxy realized this was only the beginning. Long before the war, humans lived quietly. Many planets, many colonies, small, far from other species. Life was simple: work, family, learning, growing. But peace did not last. Aliens attacked, colonies burned, homes destroyed, children lost. Humans had no strong weapons, no large fleets, no armies ready. They watched helplessly while others suffered, while fire spread, while screams echoed. At first, humans fought back, weakly, slowly, ineffectively, and they lost. Loss taught them something. Fighting was not enough. Strength alone could not protect. Humans had to think, plan, outsmart, create. So humans began to build a ship unlike any other. Not a ship for war, not a ship for conquest, a ship for protection, for control, for ending war without killing. Engineers worked for years. Designers sketched endlessly. Scientists experimented. Humans built technology, not for power, but for choice. Choice to stop war. Choice to save lives. Choice to protect the weak. The ship was named carefully, Last Hope. It carried the memory of the lost, the hope for the future, the will to survive. Every metal plate, every engine, every control system held human wisdom, human patience, human restraint. Inside the ship, crew trained differently, not to fight, not to destroy, but to understand, to predict, to control without harm. Every move of the ship was precise, every action calculated, every choice considered. When it was finished, the ship was more than metal, more than engines, more than technology. It became a promise that humans would not be weak, a promise that humans would protect, a promise that war could end without fire. And now the ship moved into the galaxy, calm, silent, ready. For the humans, the weak species, the last ranked, it was finally time to show the galaxy that strength is not only in weapons, that power is not always in attack, that choice can be stronger than fire. The alien fleets did not understand how one ship, one species could hold all of them, how humans, ranked last for centuries, could now stop a war without destruction, without anger, without hate. Inside the human bridge, the captain looked at the stars. No fear, no anger, only thought, only focus, only calm. Every crew member knew this was their duty, not to fight, not to conquer, but to be the shield, to be the barrier, to be the last hope, for humans, for all species, for the galaxy. And so, Last Hope moved forward, a symbol of choice, a symbol of restraint, a symbol of human will. The galaxy watched, the strongest fleets, the oldest races, and realized, for the first time, humans were not last. Humans were the future. The human ship moved silently, between fleets, between warships, between chaos. It did not fire, it did not attack, it simply existed. The galaxy stopped. Every species watched, every command station paused, every weapon cooled. The humans broadcast a message, not loud, not angry, but clear, slow, deep. We do not wish to rule. We do not wish to destroy. We only ask, stop this war. Every word echoed through space. Some fleets lowered weapons, some hesitated, some did nothing. The council whispered, "What does this mean? Humans are weak, humans are soft, humans cannot enforce," and yet the fleets obeyed, because no one could act, because no one dared, because the human ship held all power without firing. The choice was clear: fight and die, or stop and survive. The galaxy had never faced this. Leaders argued, commanders hesitated, generals panicked. The humans waited, not impatient, not threatening, only present, only calm, only patient. Time slowed. Ships stopped moving. Engines idled softly. Shields hummed softly. The human captain spoke again. "We do not demand surrender. We do not demand tribute. We only ask you, end this war." The silence grew. Every eye focused on one ship, one species, one choice. Then some fleets started to lower weapons, slowly, cautiously, realizing the truth. This was not a bluff. This was not weakness. This was control. The humans had power, unknown, unseen, unmatched, not to destroy, but to prevent destruction. For the first time, the galaxy realized strength is not always in attack. Power is not always in weapons. True power is choice. The alien council met, secretly, hastily, trying to decide. If they continued, they risked disaster. If they stopped, they lost pride, but saved lives. The humans waited, patient, silent, like shadows moving through light. Every race felt it. The weakest species, the last-ranked humans, the softest beings, were not weak at all. They were strong in ways no one expected. The galaxy understood, for the first time, humans do not fight like others. Humans do not conquer like others. Humans win by choice. The alien fleets paused completely. Not one shot fired. Not one ship moved aggressively. The council realized the humans had given them a choice: fight and die, or listen and survive. And the galaxy chose, for the first time in history, to stop. The humans did not celebrate. They did not cheer. They simply moved forward, calm, silent, watching. For humans, strength is measured by restraint, power by wisdom, victory by choice. The galaxy held its breath. Aliens whispered. We underestimated them. We judged them wrong. We ranked them last. But humans ranked last no longer. Humans were not here to fight. Humans were here to change the galaxy, to give it a choice. And the galaxy saw the weakest species, the last-ranked humans, could save them all. without fire, without destruction, without war. The humans waited, patient, silent, ready, for the next choice, for the next moment, for the galaxy to act. And history was changed by a species no one expected. The alien council was silent. Leaders stared at screens, ships frozen in space, weapons idle, engines humming softly. All waited for humans, the weakest species, the last ranked. The humans had moved slowly, calm, patient, silent. And now, everything changed. The Draken leader spoke, his voice heavy, slow, measured. For centuries, we judged humans wrong. We mocked them, we ignored them, we ranked them last. But today, we see the truth. Humans are dangerous, not because they destroy, not because they fight, but because they choose. The human ship, Last Hope, did not strike, did not attack, did not fire. Yet fleets stopped. The galaxy trembled. Humans showed power without anger, without hate, without fire. The Draken leader lowered his claws, not in defeat, but in respect. Alien fleets followed, slowly, cautiously, lowering weapons, ceasing attacks. The human captain watched quietly. No celebration, no pride, only calm, only focus. The humans had proven something, that strength is in restraint, that power is in choice, that true victory is not in destruction. Alien soldiers whispered among themselves. We were wrong. We judged them weak. We ranked them last. But humans are different. Some officers felt shame. Some felt fear. Some felt awe. The human ship moved slightly, and more ships stopped. Engines died. Weapons failed. Shields lowered. No one dared to attack. No one dared to resist. The galaxy paused. History was changing. The Draken leader spoke again. We misjudged humans. We feared the wrong thing. We counted strength as weapons, not as wisdom, not as restraint. The humans had changed the rules. Without firing a single shot, without destroying a single ship. The human captain transmitted a final message. We do not seek war. We do not seek conquest. We ask only, trust, listen, stop. The words echoed, through fleets, through stations, through hearts. Aliens realized the galaxy's fate was no longer determined by violence. It was determined by humans. The weakest species, the last ranked, had become the strongest, not through power, not through fear, not through weapons, but through choice. The fleets slowly dispersed, engines powered up, weapons recharged, shields restored. But the lesson remained. No one would underestimate humans again. No one would rank them last. The human ship remained in space, silent, calm, watching. For humans, strength is not measured by destruction. Power is not measured by weapons. Victory is not measured by war. It is measured by choice. The galaxy knew. The humans were not weak. The humans were not last. The humans had changed everything. The moment was over, but the impact lasted forever. Every species, every fleet, every leader would remember. Humans had taught them a new rule. Power is in restraint. Strength is in choice. The last ranked species, the weakest of all, had rewritten the fate of the galaxy. And from this day, no one would ever forget. Years passed. The galaxy slowly healed. Alien fleets repaired. Colonies rebuilt. Systems restored. But the memory of humans remained. The species that had been last, the species that had been weak, had changed everything. The human warship, Last Hope, was never placed in a museum, never displayed, never forgotten. It patrolled quietly, watching, waiting, silent, calm, patient. Children on distant planets whispered the story. The humans, the weakest species, the last ranked, stopped a war, without fire, without death, without hate. Leaders remembered. The Draken Council, the Xerax fleets, the old generals, all had learned the same lesson. Humans are dangerous, not because they destroy, not because they fight, but because they choose. They fight when needed, they protect when possible, they stop war when necessary. The galaxy changed. Respect replaced arrogance, care replaced mockery, fear became admiration. Every species now knew, if darkness came again, if war threatened, the last hope would appear, silent, calm, patient. And humans would remind the galaxy, strength is not in weapons, power is not in armies, true victory comes from choice. The human captain of Last Hope still looked at the stars, not proud, not angry, only focused, only patient. Every crew member understood they were guardians, not conquerors, protectors, not destroyers. And the galaxy learned to never underestimate the last, to never ignore the weakest, to never forget humans. The legacy of Last Hope was more than a ship. It was a promise, a symbol, a lesson. The galaxy had changed forever. And somewhere, in the quiet darkness of space, the human ship drifted, silent, watching, waiting, ready to act if the galaxy ever needed, to remind them again that the weakest species, the last ranked humans, had saved them all, without a fight, without fire, without hate. And history remembered, humans are strong, not because they destroy, but because they choose. The galaxy would never forget. The Last Hope would never leave. It was not just a ship, it was the future. The galaxy's guardian, the human's promise, the symbol of choice. And so, the end was near, but the legend of Last Hope lasted forever.